Hello, good evening. An historic day for Jersey. That's how campaigners describe the introduction of free smear tests at the island's Women's Health Clinic. It's to try and encourage more women to get checked.
With no national health service, a smear test in Jersey.
But next tonight, a specialist centre in Jersey which treats divers with decompression sickness has closed after government funding was withdrawn. Discussions over funding have been ongoing for 3 years to try to keep the hyperbaric treatment centre up and running.
But its closure now means those needing emergency...
But party politics didn't quite make the inroads that they were predicting, were they?
Not really, no. I mean, Reform certainly successful in its St Helier heartland, and they made a real kind of targeted campaign in St Helier number 2, and it worked for them. But if we look at it a slightly different way, as in the status quo, so the existing Council of Ministers, members that stood, all got in, the likes of Christina Moore, Lyndon Farnham, Ian Gorst. And if you see that status quo as almost like a party or a grouping in itself, then that kind of is a group that stayed in. Also St Helier number 1, the 3 incumbent deputies campaigned together, they were on social media together, supported each other in the hustings, and they all got in. So these groupings are emerging if it's not party politics per se yet. In the last Assembly, you faced and survived a vote of no confidence over your judgment about a colleague on the Council of Ministers, and other backbenchers have kind of bemoaned the lack of access and the undemocratic format that the Council of Ministers concentrates power. Do you think there is a danger that after 2 terms in charge, you're out of touch with what the rest of the Assembly want?
I acknowledge that sometimes in the past I've been so focused.
When you talk about ending duplication, your initial plans just talk about losing maybe 22 senior staff to save £1 million a year. Ending duplication could mean the loss of many more jobs than that. Will we see a much smaller headcount in our public sector going forward?
So there'll be more automation, more technology.
But you must have done some projections about the percentage of headcount that could go down as a result of all of that.
Yeah, some people will exit the business.
What was the first record you bought?
Probably might have been Toya Wilcox, might have been Meatloaf, somewhere around there.
Getting an idea of the era, okay. And who would you invite to your fantasy dinner party? So alive or dead, famous or not?
Okay, we'll go for Margaret Thatcher and we'll go for Tony Benn.
So John Lafondre, a Meatloaf fan. Who
Didn't
knew?
invite him for dinner though. He wants Margaret Thatcher and Tony Benn.
And have you ever wondered what Ian Gorst's favourite sandwich is? Well, now you can find out.
Well, you can watch all the interviews and more of those sort of funnier moments with both Senators John Lafondre and Ian Gorst on our website. That's itv.com/channel, and they're on our Facebook page too.
Yeah, all those burning questions answered.
Now, remember the 80s? Big hair, loud clothes, the Rubik's Cube. We're both far too young to remember any of that, of course. Well, you probably are. Well, it seems a lot of islanders have enjoyed turning back the clock, as an exhibition of 80s memorabilia has been so popular, it's been extended for another year.
I bet you had a perm in the 80s,
I didn't have a perm, but I might have had some leg warmers.
And shoulder pads.
And a Sony Walkman to listen to my tunes on.
I was a big fan
it was
of
definitely the decade fashion forgot.
Yeah, I was a big fan of shell suits while listening to Kylie and Jason. So that was the 80s for me.
Dual revival.
Now, organisers of the Skipton Swim Marathon in Guernsey.
He is leaving, isn't he, Claire?
It is lovely Luke's last day. But before you go, we're going to have to show you and the viewers at home some of your best bits.
Goodness me.
Let's take a look.
Oh no.
And he's still at 25, amazing. That's it. I'm back with the late news at 10:30. Until then, bye-bye.
Good night.